Welcome back. Welcome back. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. How's everybody doing out there? Y'all press 1 in the comments if y'all can see me or hear me. Press 1. Let me know if y'all can hear me in the chat. Okay, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. What's up, Ryan? What's up, Scott? Shout out to y'all. Today is Friday, May 30th, 2025. It is the end of the month. Tomorrow is Saturday, but it's technically the end of the month. As y'all can see, it's been a volatile month so far, so I'm gonna get into it here in a minute. Everything's been forecasted. Nothing has changed. Still sticking to the same narrative. XRP has taken back a lot of profits. That's because manipulation going on in the markets, and we need to focus on that quarterly candle, that 3-month candle. So how do we close the second quarter of 2025, and then how do we go into Q4 2025? Q3. So I'm waiting to see how we close in Q2 next month, June, which is in a few days, and I'm waiting to see how we close Q2 and go over into Q3. If y'all just joining, man, make sure y'all hit that like button for me, share the video, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. But I definitely appreciate y'all joining on this Friday. How's everybody doing, man? Let me get a quick roll call. Y'all give me a roll call. Give me a quick roll call. Shout out where you're from, your city, your state, your country, your region, whatever y'all want to shout out. Go ahead and give me a quick roll call. I want to get a quick roll call. What's up, Lenny? Shout out to you. What's up, Brian? Shout out to you. Shout out to Chicago in the building. Shout out to East Coast Canada. Shout out to East Coast Canada in the building. Now I'm gonna try not to keep y'all too long today. Again, nothing really exciting going on, but let's go ahead and get into the markets. We got XRP currently trading at $2.15. Shout out to Ohio in the building. XRP trading at $2.15. We got XLM trading at 26 cents. XDC down to 5 cents. HBAR down to 16 cents. Bitcoin retracing 104,000. Ethereum 2,500. Algorand 19 cents. And ZBEC. ZBEC is the only thing up currently, up 006. So they're up right now. ZBEC is up. Shout out to y'all. ZBEC did a great month, which I'm not interested in it, but shout out to y'all that was in it and took advantage of the opportunity. Make that money. Can't tell you otherwise. Before I start, we got XRP Las Vegas going on. I know they just had the Bitcoin conference. So let's go over here and check out some news headlines right quick before I get into the rest of the market and price actions. Come over here to the news right quick. First thing I want to get into is a little reporting going on from the conference from Bitcoin. Let's get into that right quick.
All right, so earlier today, Vice President J.D. Vance saying, just a short time ago, in fact, that crypto and Bitcoin are part of the mainstream economy. And by the way, they are here to stay. Joining me now from the Bitcoin conference where Vice President Vance spoke, Florida Congressman Brian Donaldson. Congressman, thanks for joining us. Just want to get your sense of the feel there. It feels electric right now over there.
Listen, it's really electric here. This conference, it's one of the biggest I've ever seen. Great conference. So many people here, all walks of life, trying to get their foothold in the next wave of America's economy. So I agree with Vice President Vance and with President Trump. Fintechs, digital assets, Bitcoin, crypto, stablecoins, it is here to stay. It's only going to get bigger from here.
Over the weekend, I was in Miami, and I could see, it's just a transformation over the last 20 years. And you were saying, hey, you ain't seen nothing yet. You want to make Florida the financial capital of the world.
Absolutely. And because one, digital assets has already found a home in Miami and it continues to grow. Two, in Florida, we're going to make sure that Bitcoin has a piece of our reserves and we're going to hold some of that in Bitcoin in Florida. Three, we want to make sure that we are the innovation hub when it comes to digital assets, crypto, stable coins, fractionalized exchanges. And I think this is one that most people aren't really thinking about. A fractionalized exchange where you can token real world assets, where people who are at any...
You see the language and the narrative has switched. They're talking about tokenized assets, real world assets. Y'all see how that narrative, Fox News. A few years ago, they would have been bashing crypto. You know, the narrative was negative. So look at how the narrative has changed. They're telling you right now in your face, tokenizing real world assets. We already know the blockchains that pretty much can do that. And I still think people are going to be hesitant to realize what's really going on. But let's continue.
At any part of our economic spectrum, if they have dollars, they can actually buy a piece of some of these great companies. Very different than stocks. You can buy pieces of real-world assets that are tokenized, really revolutionizing economics, democratizing economics. And so Florida is going to be the home for that. That's going to be the goal as the state's next governor. Are
you surprised at what you've seen in just like the last 3 years? With first, there was this massive resistance, particularly from Wall Street and from a lot of politicians, and now all of a sudden everybody wants in on the act.
I'm not surprised. Listen, first of all, everything rises and falls on leadership. So when President Trump last year at the Bitcoin conference said that he wanted to be a president that will allow Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies and digital assets to flourish in the United States, that was a signal to everybody else that the time of trying to live in the past is over. Let's actually embrace the technology. Let's embrace the future. Let's lead and make sure that we are regulating, but in a sound and appropriate way, not doing what the Biden administration did, where you had Operation Choke Point 2.0. You had them using the agencies to undermine this industry when the truth is they didn't know what this industry was. They didn't know anything about it, but they were just scared of the future. Donald Trump has led, and that is why people now are saying, you know what, let's get in on this at the ground floor. Let's make sure we have a thriving digital assets economy in the United States.
Hey, speaking of leadership, President Trump saying I'm taking Fannie and Freddie public with implicit guarantee. This is another area that you have talked about. You've talked about Freddie and Fannie for a long time. Your thoughts on this latest development?
Listen, I think that the time has long since passed. This is the right move by President Trump. Look, these companies, these institutions, mind you, they used to be public. We know what happened in 2008. They went into conservatorship. It's time for them to go back out to the markets. Let people invest in them. Let them actually live and fall under their own weight. The one thing that we have to make sure is that the credit quality at Fannie, at Freddie, remains sound. We cannot go back to the era of the late 90s, early 2000s, when they were letting just any type of underwriting happen, which meant there was really no underwriting. We saw what that did to our economy. That's the stuff that you can't do, but they need to come out of conservatorship, let them get back in the public markets, let people have a piece of that action.
Yeah, it was all the Community Reinvestment Act and social justice, and it put the entire industry in jeopardy, and of course Wall Street did their part as well. I got to ask you about the budget. Musk is upset with the DOGE parts of it. There are other Republicans who are upset with the spending part of it. How do you see it being resolved?
Well, look, the Senate now has the bill. They're going to make some changes probably. At the end of the day, I think everybody loves the stuff that's in it. President Trump's tax policy, we made so much of it permanent. New items he campaigned on, no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, 100% expensing. That stuff's all in the bill. great stuff, securing the border, modernizing the Defense Department, making sure that Tom Homan and Kristi Noem have the resources and the bed space to send criminal illegals back home to their countries getting out of the United States. That's all great stuff. But we have to manage our long-term fiscal obligations. We cannot turn a blind eye to that. The Treasury auction that happened about a week ago, when we saw the 20-year bond go over 500 basis points, going over 5%, that is a signal to every elected official, not Republicans, not Democrats, to all of us. We have to get the fiscal house in order. We cannot let the United States go down this road. If the bond market starts raising interest rates on us because we just can't be responsible, every American will suffer. The Americans who suffer most, those at the bottom end of the economic spectrum. And Charles, I know I'm running long, but I want to illustrate this point. People need to understand Treasury rates are the floor for every other rate in our society. So people shouldn't just look at that and say, oh, well, it costs 500 basis points. No, that means car notes go up, mortgages go up, business loans go up, corporate debt goes up. It happens at every level. We have to get the fiscal house in order.
Well, you're the man to do it. Your leadership in the time that you've been in D.C. has been absolutely remarkable. I appreciate you.
All right, that was live from the Bitcoin conference. Positive things to say. They got into some other politics, which was irrelevant. But needless to say, he spoke on real world assets and etc. Another thing I want to look at is, let's see what JD Vance had to say, because I kind of missed it. I didn't really catch it real time. So I pretty much waited for this live stream to go over it. Let me pull that up right quick. This was JD Vance, which is the Vice President of the United States. And let's see what he had to say at the conference about cryptocurrency.
I grew up in a working class family. I believe that America is a place where anyone should be able to make a fortune, no matter where you grew up, what degree you may or may not have. And in recent years, I'm hard-pressed to think of a better place to do so than right here in the digital assets industry. First of all, I remember when I ran for Senate the first time I'd ever entered politics back in 2022. And one of the frustrations, honestly, that I had with the crypto community as a person who was one of the only people running for office who actually owned Bitcoin, and I still own a fair amount of Bitcoin today.
What y'all think this man owned? What's a fair amount for a vice president like JD Vance? I don't know his whole entire background, but what y'all think is a fair amount? Like 10, 100, 500? If so, that I'm sure that's why he's so bullish on crypto, because he probably sitting over there. He probably sitting on a couple hundred of them. What's up, Sneaky? What's up, Gabrielle? Appreciate y'all joining. If y'all just joining, make sure y'all smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. Let's get back into it.
Think about this. This is during that campaign. That's 2021 and 2022. This feels like an eternity ago, but it was only 4 years ago, is that I recognize what so many advocates of Bitcoin recognize, which is what the Biden administration was doing. What Gary Gensler was doing was a disaster, and yet there didn't seem to be any real organization pushing back against it at the political level. And let me say that part of the reason that I'm standing here, part of the reason that Bernie Moreno defeated Sherrod Brown in the Senate campaign last year is because you guys got organized and got involved in American politics, and I'm grateful to you for that. And when it comes to crypto, I think the last several years have made it clear that we're talking about genuine, ground-up innovation, one that's already improving the well-being of tens of millions of our fellow citizens. I believe it's 50 million Americans own Bitcoin, and I believe that's going to be 100 million before too long.
Do y'all really think 50 million Americans own Bitcoin? It's still hard for me to believe that. Like, if I just go outside on the day-to-day in the streets, I don't typically run across people that are into crypto. Like, I just can't, you know what I'm saying? It's still hard for me to believe like 50 million people own Bitcoin. Maybe some of them do, and they really not, you know, some of their asset managers probably bought it for them or whatever. You know, people might be a little bit diversified, but 50 million people own Bitcoin. It's hard for me to believe that, man. It's hard for me to believe that at this moment in time. Maybe that's just bullish sentiment for them to kind of like push crypto, push it, the industry. But y'all tell me in the chat what y'all think. Do y'all think 50 million people own Bitcoin? I think it's less.
But it's not just about Bitcoin and about the value that's been generated, the wealth that's been generated by so many millions of our fellow citizens. Through decentralized finance, crypto has transformed how Americans transact with one another. It's expanded access to banking for many who may not otherwise have had it.
All right, that was
you
JD
went into
Vance.
great detail.
That was JD Vance, vice president at the Bitcoin conference. I haven't really been tapped in like that, like some of y'all might have been. So if y'all got any word or anything positive that came out of there, y'all let me know in the chat. Let's come over to X. Of course, they got XRP Las Vegas going on in Las Vegas, Nevada. Just come on to X. I was just pretty much scrolling and seeing what's going on behind the scenes and whatnot. I'm not there. I believe they wanted like $900 per ticket. I'm not sure. Y'all let me know. But it's very expensive for the average person. Not saying me, but I'm just saying like what, you know, I'm not knocking anybody that go. Me personally, I would not go, but that's just me personally. But you know, your favorite influencers are there. Just scrolling through X. Some of these large influencers. This guy right here, Good Morning Las Vegas. So people pulling up, you know what I'm saying? Pulling up in Las Vegas right after the Bitcoin conference. And people are excited. It's a good thing to network and mingle, but make sure you get value out of it. Like I'm talking about when I say value, like me personally, I wouldn't get any value from this. Me personally. I wouldn't find no value. I mean, if you somebody who need to, you know, keep up with the industry, because everything is online. Everything I need to know is online. Going in person just to hear something regurgitated that we already know about, that's just not my thing. I'm not, you know, knocking nobody who is going or are there. So shout out to y'all if y'all went. But it's good to see people throw things together. Look at these the content creators. Got this nice expensive camera, XRP Las Vegas. And then let's look at some of the sponsors that are there. You know what I'm saying? Even a lot of these companies, like besides Ripple, a lot of these companies are trying to grow, that you see behind on this layout in the background. So I see XRP.cafe, you got Ripple, you got Uphold. So a lot of those companies, they're trying to build their customer base. So when they throw these events, when they throw these large events, I'm sure a lot of these people are trying to onboard new customers at these events. And a lot of these influencers can spread or work with these companies to spread their brand or spread their services. So that's what I see. You know what I'm saying? That's what I see. I don't necessarily need to go to that. So everybody's working. You got a lot of people out there working, content creating, spreading the news. Let's see. XRP Las Vegas, largest XRP conference in the world. May 30th through the 31st, which is today and tomorrow, which is Saturday. You got Brad Garland House CEO. He's going to show up. Mark J. Otto, CEO, Monerex. Never heard of that before. Simon McLawn, whatever, CEO of Uphold, and Austin King, CEO, founder of Omni. So there you go. A lot of these people, you know, still trying to build and grow. Even though Ripple, I feel like they don't need retail. So, and I'm just scrolling through X, looking at the peeping out the scenery. This was 5 hours ago. It says, so that's who bought up all the rugs. This kind of decoration would have been perfect for XRP Las Vegas. So I'm assuming this was at, I'm not sure where this was at. This might have been Bitcoin conference. So I'm just scrolling X. Leviathan, you said well worth the grand. Are you being sarcastic or are you being serious? Are you being sarcastic or are you being serious? Is it worth the grand to go see Brad Garland house? Because you know what I'm saying, he's just a man to me. You know what I'm saying? He's just another man in my eyes. So, you know, a lot of people are like fanned out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like it's a cult. It's a cult. You know what I'm saying? That's just my honest opinion, because all you can do is necessarily just buy the asset. All you can do as retail is buy or sell the asset. That's all you can do. So I'm just scrolling. We just kicking it on this Friday. 9 hours ago, 7 hours ago. Basically, I'm at the event. I'm at the event without having to go to the event. Boom, I'm there. 1 second, y'all. I got to take this phone call. All right, we back, man. We back. So let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. I'm not gonna keep y'all too much long today on this Friday. I want to kind of be brief with it. Leviathan, you said you being sarcastic. You said who the F wants to pay $1,000 to see some dusty influencers in person when they are already on YouTube for free? For sure. Gabrielle, you said that money is best spent buying up more crypto. After Moon, then the event makes sense. For sure. That's what I'm saying, man. Like, you know, a lot of people that go to the Bitcoin conference, a lot of them been owning Bitcoin for a very long time, like 2013, 14, 15. So it definitely makes sense to go to those little conferences and just mingle around. But the XRP community to me is like it's a cult. I'm not a part of the XRP community. I invest into these digital assets, and I'm my own individual, my own man, and I'm building my own brand, my own network. And it's okay to meet like-minded people, but I feel like it's a cult, man. It's a cult, because going to that event, and I'm not knocking it. Shout out to y'all. I'm not knocking it. It's good to be able to socialize and get out, you know, dress up, and, you know, be able to dress up and go mingle with other humans. It's good to do that. We need that as human beings. We need to be social because we are social creatures. But it gotta make sense. It gotta make sense. And going to that event doesn't make sense, especially with a lot of these influencers and some of those companies been having scandals. Who all know when Uphold, whenever there's a price crash and we all try to rush in there and get crypto at a cheap price, don't they lock up their whole platform and don't let you in? They don't let retail in, but I bet you they let institutions in. We got some of those influencers caught up in scandals. Didn't Link2 get caught up in some shit? So all you can do as a retail investor is, if you're not a developer, if you're somebody who doesn't know how to code, if you're somebody who doesn't have a network of investors, like angel investors with you, and you're trying to put up capital to build something on the ledger, build a company, build a brand, build something that has use case on the XRP ledger, then all you can do as a retail investor is buy or sell the digital asset. That's all y'all can do. Now, where do you buy it is important. Like, are you buying it at a discount? Where are you selling it is important. Are you going to sell it at high premiums? Like, if it's currently 214, are you going to sell it at 214? That's all you can do as a retail investor. That's all you can do, unless you know how to code and build business models on the XRP ledger. Other than that, that event isn't necessary, in my honest opinion. It's not necessary. Say you're better especially if you're somebody who is, I'm not going to say poor. I'm just going to say, if you're somebody who is trying to elevate and grow your finances and become in a better and grow into a better financial position, that extra money is not necessary to go spend on an event like that. You could be utilizing that money. And if you somebody like me, I could take $100 and grow it to $1,000. I could take that 1,000 and grow it to 10,000, all based on what I do right here on this channel. What I show y'all with trading and technical analysis, I could take $100, grow it to $1,000, $1,000, grow it to $10,000, $10,000, grow it to $100,000. That's the type of shit I do. So if you're somebody who's trying to just get in a better position, that event isn't necessary. So I don't want to be a dead horse. Y'all get the point. Cause I know some people probably spending like $3 or $4 grand just to go to that event. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, just to go to Las Vegas, Nevada, just to go for 2 days. People, you know, and then you coming off a week where they had the Bitcoin conference. So you already know like the hotels are going to be expensive. They're going to be overpricing the hotels. Oh, what's up, Lawrence? Shout out to you. Living, you said you're filthy rich and have continued to just hold XRP. I have never sold, only bought more, 30 cents. I don't even know when I'm going to sell. Shout out to you, Living. Shout out to the filthy rich. So I'm not speaking to everybody. This does not apply to everybody. This only applies to people who are trying to get about the struggle. So shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to y'all. If y'all just joining, make sure y'all smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. What's up, Frozen? You say you ain't going nowhere for a $2 coin. You just gonna keep stacking? For sure. They having these extravagant events, and you know, people haven't seen life-changing profits, life-changing net worth yet. I can see, you know what I'm saying? And then all these people, everybody at the event wants something from you as a customer. That's another thing. A lot of these influencers, a lot of these brands like Link2, Uphold, they want you as a customer so that you can spend money with them to offer their services. All these people there are trying to provide some type of service. So if you're somebody who scraping up change just to go to that event, then, you know, you might be hustling backwards. But let's get into the market. It ain't gonna be long. We got XRP currently trading at $2.15. This is the monthly time frame. So let's drop out to the 3-month time frame. 3-month time frame right quick. So here we are on the 3-month time frame. Nothing has changed. You know what I'm saying? Nothing. Just they're gonna drag this out, and they're continuing to drag this out. So you mean to tell me you got all this positive narrative, which I know what's going on. I'm just presenting this question to y'all. They got all this positive fundamental narrative and sentiment for XRP and Ripple. All these positive things come out, which I know what's going on. Then you got events like XRP Las Vegas. We're here to celebrate, and they continue to hold and manipulate price. They continue to hold and manipulate price. Also, I think I just seen earlier, yesterday or something, I seen that the SEC dropped the case with Binance. They had a court case going on with Binance. They dropped it. But yet, the Ripple and XRP case is not finalized, which we know these things. I'm not complaining. I'm just presenting it. There's nothing to be excited about. You need to pretty much be holding, I don't want to say holding the line. You just need to be locked in. You need to be locked in with what you're doing. You need to be locked in with what you're doing. You need to be cash flowing, whatever you do, whether you're working a job, you got a hustle, you got a business. You need to be cash flowing, because here we are in the 3-month time frame. Y'all witness me, my subscribers, y'all witness me highlight this fair value gap, this 3-month fair value gap, in the form of a BOSSVISION, which is a buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency. Y'all seen me highlight this a month in advance, okay? Y'all seen that. It played out, cool. Now, ever since it played out and it formed, after this candle right here closed, this fair value gap was valid. This quarter, which began in the second quarter, which began in April. Second quarter began in April. This candle started in April. We dropped down early April down to this discounted area. We dropped down there. They offered you a buying opportunity. Okay, so smart money accumulated down in this area around $1.61. They accumulated. Okay, ever since then, we traded higher and we rejected some of these levels in here. Y'all should already know what they are. If you should know what they are. I'm not even gonna refer to them right now. We rejected some levels inside of this wick right here. And then we got this wick over here. We're still hanging out inside of this right here back from 2018. So Q2 has been very volatile. And we have 1 month. What's up, Mark? Shout out to you. We have 1 month to complete this candle. So we got 1 more month in 2 days. So we need to get through June. And during this time frame, where do we close? Where do we close this candle? Because I don't remember if I told y'all, but I'm sure I told y'all this candle right here can close bearish. So we need to get through, and I also told y'all to touch grass this summer because I already knew this was going to happen. I see it in how they are allowing the algorithm to perform. It's very volatile, and it's been doing a lot of consolidation on lower time frames. This is a 3-month time frame. So where do we close this quarterly candle here in the next month, which will be at the end of June? That will give me more insight on, okay, do we continue higher or do we come back down and retest this level? And like I said, that's going to be very frustrating for a lot of individuals if we got to come back down here. I never removed this from my chart. It's still valid in my chart. I never removed it. So it's still in play. This level right here is still in play. And let's see how we close the second quarter going into third quarter. And then let's see how the third quarter trades going into the fourth quarter. So we got some time, y'all. But check it out. If I zoom out, order flow is still bullish. The market only does 4 things: consolidation, expansion, retracement, reversal. So we was in a long-term consolidation for multi-years, several years. And then now we recently, back in Q4, we got that expansion. Okay, Q4, we broke out of consolidation, got an expansion. Okay, so these things play out. This is a long-term analysis, a long-term perspective. These things going to play out for a long time. That's why I say get on y'all hustle, get on y'all grind. Find multiple streams of income, because just relying on crypto right in the moment right now is not going to get you, it's not going to relieve any pain, any stress, or any headaches that y'all are going through. And I guarantee a lot of those people that went to XRP Las Vegas couldn't afford to go out there because the monthly expenses are still rolling around. Them student loans are still running around. Car notes, light bills, cell phone bills, food, expenses, children. All of those things are still rolling around. But people feel the urge to do something. And I get it. That's our human nature, to live and do shit. But just simply thinking XRP right now in the moment is going to free you, it's not going to happen. It's going to happen in time. This is going to happen in time. I know a lot of people don't like to hear that. So what do you do in the meantime? You learn this skill set. You learn what I'm teaching, learn how to trade, and you can go get those short-term reliefs, being able to trade the markets right now in the moment, short term. That's why we got the XRP futures contracts. We got the traditional market. We got the S&P. We got the NASDAQ. We can go in those markets and scalp out some relief. When you're making money, check it out. When you're making money as a side stream income or extra income, you're not so worried about what my assets are doing long term or right now. You're not going to be worried about what are my assets doing right now in the moment. You're going to be more focused on, let me get this money right now, this cash flow. You should be cash flowing, generating an income. That's why, let's go back over here. Let's go back over here to XRP Las Vegas. All these people right here, they're all invested into XRP. But they're hustling. Don't you see the hustle? Look at all the influencers. All these people. Some of them are hanging out, but a lot of these people are at this event. A lot of these people are at this event hustling. A lot of these people are hustling. They're getting their hustle on. They're trying to get more customers. They're trying to get more subscribers if they're influencers. They're trying to sell you stuff. They're hustling so that they can cash flow and they don't necessarily have to worry about what is my asset doing on the day-to-day. Am I rich yet? No, you got to get on your grind, pick up your pants, get on your grind, and let's get out here and hustle. Especially this guy right here. These guys are hustling, man. These influencers, they're hustling. Zach Rector is a hustler. Regardless of how you feel about him, he's a hustler at the end of the day. He gonna hustle. This man he's in lawn care, which that's a hustle. That's a good business. He's in lawn care and he's out here, you know, an expert in crypto. So the crypto community, the crypto space allows people from all backgrounds. That's what the man said in the video that I played in the beginning. The crypto industry allows people from all backgrounds to come in this space and be somebody. Because y'all been in this early on. You're early into crypto. You've been through all the ups and downs of it, especially if you've been here the past 5 to 7 years. You've been in this. But I'm sure y'all understand where I'm coming from. So get on your hustle, get on your grind. Sign up to the Patreon. That's my hustle. Like, I got multiple hustles. I'm a trader first. Then I decided, okay, let me get on YouTube. Okay. I was encouraged to get on YouTube. People had to tell me, hey, get on YouTube, man. Like, we want to hear your analysis on YouTube. So I was, okay, you know, I played around with it. It was a hobby. Now I'm trying to turn my hobby into a business. And it's, you know, just hustling. I got a Patreon. I got lessons. I got signal services coming out. I'm working on the signal services. So get on a hustle. Get on your hustle. And hopefully that's encouraging to a lot of y'all. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully that's encouraging to a lot of y'all. Now isn't the time to be celebrating and whatnot. No, we got a long journey. We got to get to the fourth quarter of 2025. We need to get to 2026. That's what I got to say. I'm forecasting out. What's up, Texas Place? What's up, Mark? Appreciate all y'all joining, man. Subscribe to the channel. Lock back in. But when I say lock back in, like, take y'all breaks. Get y'all some breaks. Go touch grass. Go touch sand. Go to the beach. Go near some water. Spend time with family. And then after you take your break, whatever it is you're doing, come back and lock back in, because right now XRP is just retracing down to 213. So again, like I just said, this is a long-term analysis. This is 3-month time frame. As I zoom down the lower time frames, let's go down to the monthly. We have one day left to complete the month of May. So this candle earlier in the month is now a bearish candle. And I also I warned y'all about this. I told y'all this candle right here for the month of May can become bearish. And that's exactly what it did. It's all documented on my channel. So this candle right here at one point was looking like this. This candle right here was looking like this. Okay. So earlier in this month, this current candle for May was bullish. It was looking very strong. And then nope, manipulation, bring it on back down, consolidation. That's why I said, okay, when the candle opened, where do we see price going? So right now, I already can tell y'all, because I do this every day. I've seen this shit repeat over and over again. This is about to go into a consolidation retracement. That's exactly what it's about to do, because these candles repeat all the time. The only difference is this is a monthly time frame, so this is going to play out for a very long time. So XRP is about to go into a consolidation. For how long? Hopefully not this long right here, like we've seen in the past. We still got a fair value gap below the market, and there's liquidity. What is liquidity? Pending orders below the market. So we still got pending orders below the market that we can come back and grab. Institutions might want to drop it down and grab that. Also, we got ghost pools that we can reject off of and use as support. We got this fair value gap right here. So let me highlight that right quick. That's a monthly fair value gap. Let me highlight that. Boom. So I got levels that we can return to. We got specific levels that we can return to. What's up, Intrigue Enterprise? Yes, definitely lock in. I should have named the title of this. Lock in, goddammit. You got a long journey. Ain't no time to be celebrating. Ain't no time to be celebrating nothing. Multiple streams of income. That's why I'm coming out with this signal service. For y'all that want to sign up for it, it's on the way. I'm coming out for it. I'm coming out with it, and it's going to be based on what I do, which I go into traditional markets and I trade S&P futures, NASDAQ futures. I want to introduce gold futures. I want to introduce crypto futures. And I will be providing those signals daily. And that could be potentially an extra stream of income right there. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all don't want to do this hard analysis. Some of y'all just want to look for, okay, right now, I got a signal that's a trade entry. Okay, you're going to put your own money up. Like, I don't tell you how much money you want to put into this. You put your own capital into it. And the trades are based on my analysis, based on what I see in the market. So just go watch my channel. Y'all see me do this all the time. Y'all see me do this all the time for y'all that been watching. Y'all see the precision that I'm working with. Let's drop down to the weekly time frame. So on the weekly time frame, we're retracing down. Right now, we're retracing down into this candle right here. See this candle right here? Y'all tell me in the chat, what kind of candle is that? This is a weekly time frame. What kind of candle is that right there? I'm taking the opening price of that candle. I'm dragging it to the right in the midway point. Those are key levels for me. Shout out to you, Gabrielle. It is a order block. It's a bullish order block. I go over this in my Patreon. Y'all sign up, click the link in below to get the lessons. So we're still in the dealing range from low to high. We're still in that dealing range from this low right there to that high. Matter of fact, no, I think it's this low right here. But do y'all think it's random that this current candle, this is a weekly candle, this is the last week of the month, and we only got a day left to close the month, and 2 days left on the weekly candle. So we're trading down. We drop down to the opening price of this candle right there. That's not random. We drop down to the opening price of that candle and kind of bounce off of it. It could have been any candle, but why this candle right here? Opening price. You can see how the current week we drop down to that and reject higher. Now, where do we close is key. I want to see where we close in 2 days. So I want to see how we close on the weekly and how we open up on Sunday. When we open up on Sunday, that's going to give me a further indication on how we can trade going into June. So far this week, we dropped down. We took out last week's low. So below that low right there, sell side liquidity. We dropped below that, took out the liquidity, pending orders, and we dropped down into this order block on the daily. So, I mean, not the order block, but a fair value gap. So let's go down to the daily time frame for XRP. Down to the daily. Price is showing weakness. So this is going to go ahead and roll over, in my honest opinion. This is going to roll over. Craig, you said this is whack. Your mama whack. Your mama whack. How about that? Since this is whack, you get the dark screen. Said, what kind of info is this? Let me go ahead and get you up out of here, Craig. There you go, Craig. Get out of there. Get out of there, Craig. Now you can't see, Craig. Bye. Since this is whack, you got to come in here and show some respect. This is my house. I respect everybody in my house. You know what I'm saying? You come in my house, I give you respect. So don't come in nobody's house disrespecting. That's like somebody coming in your house and be like, man, your house is whack. Well, you can get the fuck about my house then. How about that? You get the fuck about my house. So I don't play them games. You know what I'm saying? Y'all show me some respect. Y'all come in my live stream. If you brand new, y'all better come in with respect. I don't play them type of games. You don't know me. You haven't even been here. I never seen Craig a day in my life. That was the first time I ever seen him. So how the hell you come in somebody's live stream and be like, oh, that shit whack? You don't even give it time. You don't even know what it is that I do. But I'm not gonna give that energy. I'm just gonna get you up out of here. I'm just gonna get you up out of here. So daily time frame. Because guess, man, I ain't gotta be on YouTube. Y'all realize I ain't gonna be on YouTube with this. This is just extra. Like if I wasn't on YouTube, I'll be making, I don't even want to talk about it. I'll be making crazy amount of money, but YouTube takes up my time. It takes up some time from what I could be doing for real, because it's just a hobby and it's fun, but it's very, it's worked as well. So I'm just trying to figure it out, but I can just go back to hiding, not hiding, but I can just go back to my own little bubble, my own little world, trading, making hundreds of thousands of dollars. I'm trying to get to the point where I can make millions of dollars, but I can be making hundreds of thousands per year trading the markets alone and not sharing this information. I could be making 6 figures per year trading, not having to work at nobody's job, doing this shit for myself, not sharing none of this information. There's nobody else going to show y'all, and I searched it. Nobody else in crypto is going to give you full-blown analysis the way I freaking do it. I done looked high and low. Nobody's going to do it, showing you real time. If they can't show you real time price action and tell you where price is going to go next, they can't do it. Doing YouTube make me rusty. How about that? When I'm doing YouTube, I'm a little rusty because I got to kind of make it entertaining. But when I'm just not doing YouTube and I'm in my private setting and I'm just me and these charts and I'm doing my private analysis, I'm locked all the way in. It is what it is. I already know it's going to be, Lenny, I know it's going to be trolls. I'm ready for them. But these trolls ain't ready for me. I'm going to get you up out of here. I'm going to get you the fuck up out of here. So you show some respect when you come in my house. But I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate everybody that rock with me. I appreciate everybody that show up. You know, this is another thing as well. What I do, technical analysis, this ain't for everybody. Just go look at social media. Go look around social media. All the people that say, oh, TA doesn't matter. Reading charts don't matter. Y'all don't come from the world that I come from. Y'all don't understand the world that exists out there because you never investigated. You never put time into this world. This shit ain't for everybody. Y'all haven't spent so many hours looking at charts, analyzing charts, and falling asleep at the charts. Y'all haven't done that. At this desk right here, y'all have not sat in front of these charts and fell asleep learning this skill set, learning the mechanics of price action. Y'all have not done that. Let me see right quick. Let me do this right quick. Let me show y'all something right quick. Let me hide this right quick. Let me show y'all something right quick. I'm gonna go to a folder in my, right here. You see this right here? This is a folder. Y'all should know this is my mentor, ICT, Inner Circle Trader. That's the person that I learned this shit from. Like I said, I'm wasting time on YouTube. I could be very locked in, but in the crypto space, there's a void in all this shit. So once I open this folder, let's go ahead and open this folder up. Let's blow this folder up. So these are all videos. These are all educational material. So let me zoom in right quick. Can I zoom in? Nah, it won't let me zoom in. So this is all educational material that I have studied back and forth. This is thousands and thousands of hours of content, educational content. So it goes back from 2016 to 2025. Almost 10 years. This first row right here is almost 10 years of price action, study, analysis. This first row right here, almost 10 years. So let's just go back to 2016. And let's just go back to the month of May. That's not a good example. Let me see, April. So if I just open each one of these folders, I'm gonna tell you right now, every one of these videos, content is over an hour long. Some of them are 3 or 4 hours long. Every one of them. Every month, every one of them. So again, like I said, a lot of y'all don't come, and I'm not trying to prove nothing. A lot of y'all don't understand what goes into this. A lot of y'all play with it. A lot of y'all gonna doubt it. Let me reopen this right quick. A lot of y'all gonna doubt it. Let me see. Let's go back to 2021. Again, every single month, January through December, for the past 10 years, January to December, monthly content, educational material. Look at all these videos. Every one of these videos are over 1 hour long, and they're study material. For example, let me pull this one up. That's a 16-minute video. But I'm just showing you, know what I'm saying? Look at all these study, just price action, study. Some of y'all don't understand what goes into this. Some of y'all don't understand what goes into this. That was in 2021. You can go to 2022. I mean, just for the past 10 years. And then we're not even talking about all of this right here. We're not even talking about the rest of the content. Mentorship. 12 months, 1 year worth of lessons. 12 months worth of lessons. High value lessons. How do y'all think I learned this material? How do you think I learned how to trade? You know what I'm saying? Not even just videos. We even got PDF notes that go for days. Y'all wasn't here. Y'all wasn't here. Y'all come from the crypto space. Y'all are into meme coins. Y'all not into these type of lessons right here. Y'all not into this. Y'all don't know who y'all dealing with. Y'all don't know my background. Y'all don't know where I come from. Y'all don't know me. So to come in my live stream and talk about this shit whack, I understand that, because this material right here is not for everybody. This is not for you. If you're not into technical analysis, leave the live stream. This is for people who want to get a deep insight of what I know how to provide. You know what I'm saying? Look at this right here, 5-hour workshop. How many of y'all sat down for 5 hours and did a workshop? I got a 3 hour, I forgot how long I think it's a 2 or 3 hour live stream that I did. And most of y'all couldn't get through that. But this right here is a 5-hour workshop. 5 hours worth of content right here of just studying price, basic ass, boring ass price. Because guess what? The markets are algorithmic. A lot of y'all don't know what's going on in these markets. I got a deep insight of price action. The person I learned from has been doing this for over 33 years. So find you a mentor, find you somebody who's going to give you that level of insight before you come over here knocking what the hell I got going on. I'm just saying. Let me bring up my charts again. Hopefully that was giving y'all some insight on what I do. So I'm not sitting up here making this bullshit up. Texas Plates, you said, hey, I need your email contact or something in case you want to stop showing love to everyone. I'm not going to need still get some more mentors. Oh, I got you, Texas Plates. If you're in the Patreon, you got my contact. You in contact with me. If you're in the Discord. So a lot of y'all are in the Discord. So you know what I'm saying? Like, bruh, I'm talking about, in all that content, I'm talking about hours and hours, still can't soak it all in. But I soaked up enough content and information that I can come out here and speak and talk about it and actually perform these tasks that the markets are doing. So that's just insane to me. But like y'all said, that's YouTube. But I'm trying to tell y'all now, this ain't for everybody. This ain't for everybody. Let's come back to XRP down on the daily time frame. We're dropping down to this order block right here, this weekly order block. And we're just kind of hovering right there. So we only got a few more hours until the day closes. I believe we have 25 minutes left, and this candle will close. And then the new Saturday's open will begin, and then we will start trading. And I want to see how we close the last week of the month. And where do we open up in June? So this is May. The last day is tomorrow. Let's go ahead and look at June. This is the economic calendar. And the first week of June is going to be a volatile week. I already can tell y'all because we got non-farm payroll. You think I'll just be making this shit up? Y'all think I'll just be bringing up this economic calendar and saying, hey, no. I was taught this. I was trained to go. I was trained. So I'm well studied. I know what's going on behind the markets. Whenever we have high impact news, that's the opportunity for the market makers. A lot of y'all don't know about the market makers. Y'all might think it's a myth. Y'all might think it's random. No, there's people controlling these markets. All these markets that y'all love, they're 100% rigged. 100%. So I take advantage. People like me, people that have studied all this material, people that know what's going on behind the market, we eat in a manipulated market. Y'all suffer in a manipulated market. I go out and eat because I know what's going on. I'm a part of the 1% of traders in the world. I'm a part of the 1%. 99% of traders fail in these markets. I'm a part of the 1%. So it's nothing to brag about. I just know I learned from somebody who know what the fuck going on. So I'm a part of the 1% of traders. I have proven this all the time. I've proven this on my channel in private settings. I have proven this. Y'all see me call it live. How many people can call it? We sit here on live stream and I'll be like, okay, price is about to go here. That alone should spark an interest. That alone should like send the light bulb in your head like, okay, nah, he just called the market. He said it's gonna go right here and it did it. And it happens over and over again. If that don't spark a light bulb in your head, then I don't know what's gonna do it, because that's exactly what I did. When I found my mentor and he was calling the markets with precision, I'm like, hold on. How is that happening? Because remember, they tell you you can't time the market. And on the other side of the spectrum is the markets are based on time. They tell you can't time the market. On the other side of the spectrum, the markets are programmed and they're time based. So who's lying? Who's telling the truth? Appreciate it, Tree. Appreciate it. So a lot of times, man, I be holding back. A lot of times I just be trying to make this shit entertaining. I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes I just try to make this entertaining. I'm not lying to y'all neither though. I give y'all real analysis, but sometimes I kind of make it entertaining. When I'm doing my crypto analysis, I'm not in the crypto market all day. I'm mainly in the NASDAQ S&P. You only need one market. I started off in the foreign exchange market. I started off trading the Euro USD and the Great British Pound, the British Pound. I started off in those markets. Then I went to the futures markets. I've been in crypto, dabbled in and out, but once I figured, at the same time as I learned how to trade, I started running into XRP information, and it just made sense because I understood, okay, transferring money. It instantly resonated with me, and I was understanding these skills. So a lot of y'all, for example, let's go out to the 3 month. Let's go back out. So I don't know who y'all think I am. Let's just go out. A lot of the time, before I popped out on YouTube, I was already knowing what was going on in price. For example, you see this old 3 month fair value gap down here back in 2017. Let me highlight that right quick. And I've shown this several times. I'm gonna highlight this fair value gap. So I remember people was chasing price right here, 2021, chasing it up to $1.96. People was buying this breakout right here, $1.96, above $1, and then it closed. Imagine, for example, waiting for like 5-6 months, stacking up cash without even having to buy. Like, imagine only taking like 3 or 4 orders per year and not even having to buy crypto, but 3 or 4 times a year. A lot of y'all taking paycheck to paycheck and throwing money into crypto, overextending yourself. But me, somebody like me, I'm being patient. Like right now, I haven't bought crypto since 2022. In other assets, but I haven't bought XRP since 2022. So where was XRP during 2022? It was trading, ranging inside of this discount right here. And I did damage back in 2022. I was doing damage back during here, this time, January 2020, all in here, when prices were down here. And then when price expanded higher, I'm not buying it. You know why? Because I got the skill set. I got the know-how I have the know-how and the skill set to know when to buy at a discount, when to buy at a premium. Y'all motherfuckers were chasing at a premium. Not all y'all. Shout out to y'all. I'm talking about the haters. Y'all was chasing at a premium. A lot of y'all chasing ZBEC and all that excited. Man, I ain't worried about that. I'm not worried about ZBEC. This shit go on every market. What ZBEC is doing right now goes on in every goddamn market. This shit repeats over and over again. Excuse my French for y'all who can't tolerate that. But I be having to I be letting shit slide. So when prices all in inside of this range, I'm accumulating with the institutions. I'm thinking like smart money. I'm buying with the institutions. I'm right there with them. I'm retail. I can't push these markets around. I know that it's only institutional capital can push all markets around. No retail can do shit about nothing. They can't push nothing around. You retail investors who think there's bulls and bears, that shit don't even exist. Only institutions, large firms push these markets around. And it's programmable. It's injected with liquidity by algorithms. But y'all don't know that. Consolidation, boom, expansion. You think I'm buying it right now? Y'all think I'm excited about a $2.14 XRP? And I see a lot of motherfuckers say, oh, I'm still accumulating. You know, it's still at a discount. It's still, no, it's not. No, it's not. You can believe that. No, it's not. The time to accumulate was down here at the basement floor if you wanted to buy a whole lot of it. And guess what? I bought a whole lot of this shit. Whole lot of it. And I be trying to be humble. I try to be humble because I got the skill set and the know-how to know when to get in the market. I'm not waiting for my next paycheck. I'm not going to, you know, I'm not doing all that. I'm not trying to dollar cost average. Shout out to y'all that dollar cost average, but when you learn this shit over here, you don't subscribe to dollar cost averaging. That shit is a stupid strategy. And I'm not knocking people that do that, but that's a retail minded strategy. When you a precision analyst like I am, when you know how to do what the hell I know how to do, we don't dollar cost average because you just kind of throwing money to the wind, putting paychecks in the market or whatever you're doing. No, we not dollar cost average. We waiting for the market to come down to a discount. We waiting for price to come to the targets that I wanted to come to. Echelon, you said, so the news has nothing to do with the market price. Like even with, no, the news ain't got shit to do with the market price. Nothing. 100% manipulated. 100% manipulated. Some of y'all wasn't here when I was going down to, man, I don't know. I can't, again, this ain't for everybody. This ain't for everybody. And I can't prove this to everybody. I can't prove. You have to take the red pill like in the Matrix. You have to take the red pill and see this shit for yourself. You the operator, you the student you have to see how price operates by yourself. I can't bring the horse to the water or to the lake and make it drink. I only can bring it there and then it has to drink the water by itself. Whole time I've been doing this channel, I've been trying to prove to y'all that these markets are algorithmic. They repeat over and over again. How do I show y'all fair value gaps and price goes to those gaps, reject it, and then continue price in the direction I said it was going to go to? Again, y'all don't know. Y'all don't know. A lot of y'all don't know. I ain't got, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what to tell y'all. And I ain't here trying to save people. I'm just trying to be a light. I'm just trying to be a light for some people that's in crypto or whatever. And other markets. I don't just stick to crypto. I'm trying to just show y'all that this shit is algorithmic. Now I'm down on a lower time frame. Down on a lower time frame. If you're my Patreon, I teach y'all that the high or the low forms during either Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday of the week. So far this week, the weekly high formed on Monday. That's not random. I tell y'all where the orders are in the market. That's not random. There goes the liquidity. See the red trend lines, previous days highs and lows. That's not random. How many times have I got to show y'all this? That price is going to go seek these levels in price, and it does it repetitively, constantly, all the time. So we don't it's not random that we trade down, drop down, take out sell side liquidity, which where the pending orders are below old lows. We'll liquidate those orders. It's not random that price drops down right here on Wednesday of this week, drop down to the midway point of that daily fair value gap. You see that? Where the trend line is, that's not random. And then it drops down there and rejects that and goes higher because we dropped down into a higher time frame discount. Now we came back up and then price manipulation. Remember, inversion fair value gaps can become inverted. So the green highlighted area, we know that we can cut through it, sell off, take out this low right here from Wednesday. So let me draw a trend line. It's not random that we go back down, take out sell side liquidity again. We just automatically just cut through it. And then trade through the fair value gap right here, which makes it an inversion. And then tags the order block. Look at the precision. And y'all think this shit is random. Y'all think this shit, I'm making this shit up. Look at the precision of This was on Thursday, yesterday. You see this candle right here? Why does it drop down directly to this trend line right here, which is the opening price of that weekly order block? Do you see that precision? Try not to cuss. Look at that. Precision. Now, on lower time frames, I can show you how you can buy that back and go higher. I can show you how you can scalp that back and go higher, back into the range to the midway point. How many times I got to show y'all that? Let's go down to a 5 minute. Let's go back to Thursday. And the area of focus that I'm looking at is this right here. Let me highlight it. Right there. That's the area of focus that I'm looking at, that white highlighted area. You think it's random that we drop down to that weekly order block? So I'm sticking to a higher time frame narrative. Drop down to that weekly order block. Let's go down to a 1 minute. And I'm showing you how you can buy and sell in both freaking directions, but y'all think this shit is whack because it ain't for everybody. So as soon as we drop down to this weekly order block right there, we displace higher. That's a key term. That's a key word. That's a key function that the algorithm performs. Displacement. I'll be giving y'all definitions and all. So we displace higher. And then your first opportunity to look for a buy opportunity will be, what is this right here? Some of y'all know, some of y'all might not know. What is this right here in the chart? I ain't showing no more love out here. I ain't showing no more love. No, I'm just kidding. It's a busy. So some of y'all pay attention. Like I said, this ain't for everybody, but the ones that are here, y'all pay attention to this shit. So your first opportunity, there's several busies, but it's not random that we drop down to this weekly order block with precision, barely touch it, and then boom, reject and go higher because that's a discount on the higher time frame. We buy at discount, we sell at premium. We form a busy, and it's not random that price trades inside of this highlighted area several times. It's not random. 1, 2, 3 times displacement higher, and your take profit could be at the midway point of that daily fair value gap that turns into an inversion right there. That's not random. And then boom, price breaks down. Price breaks down. You can find another selling opportunity. I mean, you can. I can do this all day in both directions. That's why I don't give a damn about. It doesn't bother me that price is retracing or is going down lower because no, y'all don't know what the fuck going on. Y'all don't know what's going on in these markets. So look at this sell opportunity right there. That's a SIBI. We trade up into it. 1, 2, displace lower, quick scalp. You could have took profit right here at this low. See this swing low? Take profit right there. Sell side liquidity. And you can also take profit right here. Inside of that BISI right there. You see that? 1 minute BISI. So there's several levels you could have took profit at right there. And then guess what? The market consolidates. You wait for the consolidation and then what? Displacement higher. But you got to stick to the higher time frame narrative. It's not random that we trade up higher. We trade up into specific levels. Trade up into this SIBI right here. So what I'm showing y'all right now is back testing. This is me I do this all day. This is how you get precision. You got to go through, like I just showed y'all, a 5-hour workshop. I haven't put y'all through that because that ain't for everybody. I haven't put y'all through a 5-hour workshop. How price goes through this and then boom, returns to this SIBI right here and uses it as a resistance. And then look, displacement, there goes that term again, displacement lower. We break this low right here. That's a market structure shift. So I know ahead of time when the market is going to shift, when it's going to shift bullish or bearish, I'll be knowing before it happens. So once we drop down low, you look for a SIBI right there. Boom, selling opportunity, displacement lower. You could take a quick scalp at these lows. See these lows right here? Take a quick scalp. So displacement lower, and guess what? It attacks, takes sell side liquidity. You could take profit, or you could hold it longer. So let's say you could stack orders. So that's one order. Let's say that's one order of XRP futures right there. And then you want to put on a second order. Here goes your second order right here. And now you're going to just hold. What are you holding for? You're going to hold for the bottom of the inversion fair value gap right here. See that right there? It drops down there. It barely misses it right there, but it drops down. You can take profit. Or you can hold for the weekly fair value gap right here. So either way, y'all see what's going on in price. Also, I got one more thing. To the left, y'all that are familiar, what is that right there? That trend higher. What is that? What do I refer to that as? What do I refer to that as? And then once we go up to that level, we refer to this as what? Yes, expansion, but what is it? The market maker what? Market maker buy model, market maker sell model. That's what it is. Yes, there's expansion. This on the left, this is an expansion higher, high resistance buy model, market maker buy model. We go up to a key level, which is the midway point of the inversion fair value gap. And then price breaks down. It does a shift in market structure after taking out this low right here. And then it goes into a market maker sell model. These are algorithmic principles. These are algorithmic functions that repeat over and over again. Smart money is in there buying and selling in both directions on all markets. Money never sleeps. There's dozens of opportunities inside of this that you could be trading. You could be selling, but a lot of y'all not aware of that. Y'all too busy caught up. Y'all caught up in your day to day. You're not aware of what's going on in these markets. This is what I could be doing in my private without even having to come to YouTube. I could be doing this shit all day in my private, knowing what's going on in price. That alone on this sell model right here. Let me show you how many opportunities you could have shorted this, and let's just say this was the futures contract for XRP. So we trade up. We're focused on the sell model. We trade up into this SIBI. You could have set a limit order right there. So that's one order right there. Boom. And then it displaces lower. We see another opportunity right there. That's two orders. Boom, right there. And then another order right here. 3 orders. Let's say we set it at the midway point. Remember, I've been telling y'all, you can set an order at the low, the midway point, or the high. Let's set it at the midway point because a lot of y'all not going to be able to catch that high. Boom, right there. And then we got a 4th order right here. So that's 4 opportunities. And I could keep going. There's many more opportunities to get in sync with price action. Place multiple orders. Look at this. Listen, it's almost like having an Uzi. I can just have an automatic Uzi and unload the clip in the market and y'all wouldn't even know about it. And this particular trade can net you hundreds of thousands. It depends on your equity. It can net you millions. It can net you hundreds of thousands. It can net you tens of thousands. It can net you 1,000. Whatever your equity is, it can net you all that money. And I could be keeping this shit to myself because again, this shit ain't for everybody. This shit ain't for everybody. So let's, for example, let's say that's 4 orders in the market, and let's just say we trade down to the bottom of the inversion fair value gap. And I take a short limit order right here. Let's place a short, boom, right there. And we scroll down to the bottom, the base right there. And we put a stop loss at the top of the fair value gap right there. Look how tight your stop loss is. So there's minimum risk on this trade. And we go in there and set 4 orders, limit orders down to this level right here. And that is 44 ticks. 44 ticks. Y'all know every tick in the XRP futures contract is $5 per tick. Y'all do the math. And you multiply it by 4. Do the math, multiply it by 4. It get crazier than that. How about every entry how about, check it out. This is what my mentor does. This is what people that really know how to trade do. How about every entry point you add 5 orders? So 5, 10, 15, 20 orders. Let's just say you got 20 orders on this particular trade and you're looking for 40 points. 40 points in this trade right here. Y'all do the math. 5 times 44 times 20. Y'all got the math? There you go, Gabrielle. 4,400. 4,400. So it can get crazier than that. It gets crazier than that. So again, this is a quick boom, boom trade. It's not, quick boom, boom. And you can net 4,400 in a day. And I'm showing you how to frame it up. So when I'm doing this, when I'm outlining, back testing, and I go ahead and frame it up for you, this might be confusing. This might be boring. But the boring shit is where the money is. I hope y'all know that. The boring shit, give me boring. Give me boring. 1 second. If it's fast paced, if it's fast food, I don't want that shit. That's why I don't align with what's going on in crypto and most of these influencers. If it's boring and real dry and real slow, that's what I want, because that's where the real value is. Somebody actually teaching you this shit. But a lot of y'all ain't built like that. These cell phones have ruined society. Social media has ruined society. Y'all want fast pace. Y'all got to take it. Maybe because I'm a slow learner. I can pretty much align with shit like this. My personality aligns with learning technical analysis, learning how to trade. So, like I said, this ain't for everybody. You know if this is for you. You know if this shit is for you or not. I told myself, yeah, that shit for me right there. I want to learn how to do this. And then I'm going to learn how to build a business around it. And I'm going to learn how to market myself. So if this shit ain't for you, don't come over on my channel. You know if you want to learn this or not. I know the freedom this presents. I know you can be... This is well worth it. You got people that go into school to be doctors, lawyers, and that shit is hard, boring, and it drains your pockets. People go into career fields, going to college, and then they get into the career path, and now they hate that shit, and they want more in life, and now they're in a mountain of debt. We going directly to the money. This is the money market. Like, come on, there's no other market, no other industry bigger than the financial fucking markets. No other industry in the world bigger than the financial markets. Why wouldn't you want to participate in that and learn a skill set that could give you that sense of freedom, provide that lifestyle that you always dreamed about? Athletes, at some point, athletes start to break down. They can't perform anymore. High extreme sports. Eventually, like rappers and shit. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, people are gonna stop listening to their shit. No, we don't want to hear that no more. It was cool for the moment in the time. We don't want to hear that shit no more. So you need to learn something. Like, this shit ain't going nowhere. These markets have been around for hundreds and hundreds of years. These financial markets aren't going nowhere, and they're only getting more advanced, more technical. So this is the prime time in life right now. In this time period in society is the perfect time to pick up this skill set right here. There's going to be people. There's a lot of blue collar skills that society needs right now. Like, we need electricians, we need plumbers, we need people with skill sets that are that are in high demand right now. But nobody is talking about, nobody's coming from the financial sector and teaching this technical analysis, because this allows you that freedom to be at home. This allows you that freedom to travel and do this. You can be anywhere in the world doing this right here, anywhere in the world, as long as you got internet connection. And if you know what you're doing, you can carve out a business, an income, or whatever you want to, however far you want to take this. And that's what I'm trying to preach to y'all. That's what I'm trying to market to y'all. Yeah, you said you seen a video of Dirk Nowitzki after he retired and now he can't walk. That's what I'm saying. Athletes, they make quick money real fast, and then they don't know what to do after they've been being an athlete since they was kids. So the only thing that would take you out of this is if you lose your mental capacity. The only thing that will take you out of this is if you somehow lose your mental capacity or your mind. So that's why I promote healthy lifestyle. I don't smoke, I don't drink, none of that. I promote being healthy. So when I'm not doing this, I'm getting my physical fitness on. Because I'm a former athlete myself, but I'm trying to be physical fitness. I'm trying to put in the things that are going to fuel my body. I like to fast. I like to do certain things, certain practices, so that I can keep my mental faculty. Like I said, this ain't for everybody. Some people don't have the mental faculty to do this. This is intense. This shit is extreme. If you never traded with real money, and then also you got to have the mindset to manage your money. Like, you can't just go in here and take multiple losses and start blowing your account. No, it's an extreme sport. This shit is an extreme sport mentally. You need a foundation. You need structure first. I haven't traded. When I learned this, again, bring this back up again. Let's bring it back up, this folder of all this material that I had to go through, and I'm still going through it. With all this material right here, and in each one of these folders, there's years worth of content. There's years worth of educational material. I did not trade for the first 2 years of learning. I did not use any type of real money. I had to sit down for 2 years. I treated it like as if I was going to doctorate school or going to college. I sat down for 2 years and was being mentored on how to do this shit. You know what I'm saying? So bring this up. Look at all these videos, man. Come on now, all day. These are all videos. This is one folder. Come on now. These are all examples and models, different models. Right here. I got over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I got over 14 different price action models. I got over 14 different price action models that I can draw from. Look at this model right here. It's called One Shot, One Kill. So I can do all kind of shit in these markets. But if you're just brand new to my channel, you don't know what it takes. You don't know what it, you know what I'm saying? If you want to learn this shit right here, you don't know what it takes. So for somebody to come in here and be like, man, this shit whack. No, your mama whack, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. Excuse my French, y'all. But that shit, people don't know. You know what I'm saying? People don't know your character. People don't know. In real life, you wouldn't play with me. In real life, you would not play with me. What's up, Carlos? But yeah, man, I'll be coming up here with good intent. I come up here with good, I come up here with good intent. I don't be on that rah-rah shit. I don't be turning up on people. 1 second. I don't be turning up on people. I come up here with good intent and I try to just teach. I got a passion for teaching. I got a passion for this shit. I do this shit every day. There's not a day for the past 5 years I have not opened up a chart. Not a day. Every single day. I have not went a day. And then guess what? Just like, you know how you have your cell phone on you and you panic if you misplace it somewhere because you're attached to your cell phone. If I can't log in to TradingView, I kind of panic. I'm like, man, what the hell? What's wrong with the internet? So I'll be panicking when I can't see these charts. You have to force yourself to get up off these charts. You said, man, Craig really got things fired up. Hey, it makes for good content. Hopefully I'm getting my point across too, though. Hopefully I'm getting my point across about learning this skill set. Now look at how we're doing right now. We're still dropping lower. I'm going to go ahead and say XRP is definitely coming down lower. Still ranging right now. I'm not going to keep y'all too much longer. Let's go look at XLM. Look at XLM doing the same exact thing, 3-month time frame, waiting for that quarterly close. And it's pretty much a throwaway quarter. This quarter was pretty much a throwaway. It's like nothing really happened. That candle right there, we call that indecisive candles. That's an indecisive candle. It's not showing the willingness to go lower or higher. So that's an indecisive candle. So what it did was we dropped down, took out this sell side liquidity right there, orders, and then we dropped down to the top of this fair value gap right there. And we're just ranging, indecisive. This is happening throughout the entire market. XDC. Oh, XDC down, discount. So this is exactly what I'm talking about right here. So earlier this month or this quarter, this is a 3-month time frame. Earlier this quarter, back in April, this candle was like this. This candle was bullish. It was green. And I warned people. I told people, hey, there's a possibility because of what? This ghost pool. You see how we trade up into that and reject that. Let me see if I got it highlighted. No, I don't have it highlighted. Let me bring it up right quick. So this wick right here, we're just ranging inside of that wick. And what do? We traded up. We didn't even go up that far, and we rejected it instantly. That's that manipulation right there that y'all not aware. Why do you think we call it ghost pool? Because it's unknown to retail. It's not there. Y'all don't know it's there. Y'all don't know these levels inside of these wicks because y'all haven't been through a 5-hour lecture. Y'all haven't been through a 5-hour workshop. Y'all don't know. In hours, not just 5 hours, thousands of hours. Y'all haven't been through this shit, so y'all would not know what's going on in price. And then we reject it, and then boom, this candle comes bearish. And now we're back in that 3-month fair value gap. This is a great opportunity to accumulate XDC. That is the signal for the day. XDC is the signal. It is currently trading at 5 cents after coming off a high of 8 cents. Back down to discount. So if y'all got that spare capital, I know it's the first of the month, rent due, mortgage due, but whatever you got left behind, that's what I'm saying. A lot of people that flock to XRP Las Vegas, and that money can be put to better use. That's just my honest opinion. I'm not trying to control nobody's money neither. I'm just saying that's what I would do. And then we're trading down. Look at this order block right here. So we're trading inside of this 3-month fair value gap. And I'm looking at the opening price of this candle. But I'm mainly focusing on this fair value gap. And you can see it's currently ranging inside of it. This is the precision I'm talking about. This is when you pull the trigger and wait for price to come to you. We're not pulling it when it was up here. You're waiting for price to come back down to you. You got your limit order set. All this shit could be automated. And we just took out last month's low right here, XDC, Tuesday, April 25th. We just took out that low right there. And then we got this low right here from December. So let's see if he wants to draw down to that low and take out this liquidity pool right there. And XDC, perfect opportunity to pull that trigger. We are snipers over here. If y'all really want to learn this, we are snipers. We are snipers. Shout out to my new subscribers. I'm not normally turned up like this, but y'all don't know who y'all. Some of y'all don't know who y'all effing with. Y'all don't know me. I'm just a guy on the internet showing charts, and some people think this is whack. And like I said, y'all don't know. Y'all can stay broke. You can stay broke out there, or you can learn something that can change your life. I don't care. It don't make me no difference because, again, money to be made every day. Every day. Let's go down to the weekly. On the weekly time frame, you can see it's reaching for that liquidity pool on the monthly. So that monthly low right there, that sell side liquidity, it's reaching for that. Go down to the weekly. On the weekly time frame, we're just hanging out. When I get off this live stream, I'm logging in. I'm going to grab me some XDC because why not? XRP and XLM, they're not at their discount level yet. So if I go back out to XRP on the 3-month, the same thing that just happened with the same exact thing that just happened with XDC. I'm sitting here telling y'all, warning y'all in advance that XRP could be doing the same thing. This candle right here was very green earlier this quarter. And then guess what? This is still in play, just like XDC. Still in play. We can still trade down there, offer another opportunity for XRP. And a lot of people going to be frustrated. And I'm starting not to give a damn about people's feelings. I'm starting not to give a damn. That's on you. All this information I'm about to just be holding for me and my community and to myself. Because y'all don't know, y'all don't have no idea what's going on in price. It was time to make it exclusive for an exclusive group of people. So I'm going to reserve that. H-bar. H bar doing the same exact thing, this repeating function in the market, same exact thing. Go out to the 3-month time frame. Fair value gap, H bar, we're waiting. So again, this candle right here, indecisive. And we're waiting to see if it wants to come on and roll over and come back down to discount. Oh, what's up, Malcolm? What's up, Big Dre? Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. Make sure y'all smash that like button for me. Subscribe to the channel if you're brand new. Sign up for the Patreon if y'all want to learn this shit. Because if y'all just tuning in, somebody come up in here hating. Somebody come up in here, you know, I had to get them up out of here. I ain't hesitate. Had to get them up out of here. And it kind of got me amped up right now because people don't know the type of time I put into this. And I'm just coming on YouTube and this is just a hobby. I don't have to be on YouTube. This ain't no source of income for me. This is just getting on here, hobby, trying to build a network, a community of people. That's all it is for me. So I could go back into privacy and do my own trading and lock in and go make 6 figures per year. I can be doing that in these markets, but I'm out here on YouTube and this takes time. Even when I do the signal service is going to be taking time from my personal trading because I'm taking that time from personally trading and providing my time for other people, trying to make sure I provide quality signals for people. So that's going to be time consuming. So that's just the nature of what I'm doing. But H bar retracing that back down low to discount, still in play. I'm going to go ahead and say it's going to drop down and come back down, touch this fair value gap. So be looking out for 15 cents, even 13 cents. Be on the lookout for H bar to come down that low. I appreciate it, catch up. For sure, I agree with that. You know you're doing something when the haters start coming out. And I'm talking about the haters, you know, I don't know. I don't know, man. What I was going to look up. Let's go look up ZBEC. For y'all ZBEC people, get it over with. Because we're going to move on from this. I'm not going to be staying on this too long. Shout out to y'all that have made money with it, though. So initially, I was wrong. So there you go. For y'all that watched me before, I got this wrong. I said, okay, we're going to come up. We're going to pretty much retrace back down lower after taking out this liquidity pool. But I was wrong about that. So now it is in price discovery. And it's okay to get it wrong. And me as an analyst can't get everything right. You're not going to get it right all the time. So if you get it wrong, next thing you do is stay in sync with it. That's the cheat code right there. You just get it. You align yourself with what's currently going on. We are in the buy program with ZBEC. Let's go down to the daily. The month is about to end. If you're trying to buy this now, that is not a smart move at all. Trying to chase this, not very smart. So this is a daily time frame. We're currently retracing down inside of a discount wick right here. See that wick? We're retracing down into that. If that wick fails, the next stop will be this BOSSVISION. And let me hide this right quick. Each one of these candles take 24 hours. So again, we're trading down into this ghost pool right here, this wick. If we trade through that, the next stop will be this fair value gap right here. The next stop after that will be this order block right there. So those are my 3 levels that I could see it coming back down to. So let me go ahead and highlight that for y'all. We're just getting in sync. You remain, whenever you just remain with the trend until it tells you otherwise. It's going to start breaking down and taking out lows. That's how you know when price has reversed. But right now, it hasn't shown that. You stick with the trend. I would not be buying it because you should have been buying it down here. But for now, we're looking at support levels that it can use to continue higher. That's the protocol. We got protocols and rules when we're analyzing the market. That's what real analysts, real traders do, who know how to trade algorithmically. So we're trading down into this level right here. You can see it's the 0.75. This is a ghost pool. We're trading inside of it. If we fail it, next level, fair value gap, daily fair value gap right here. Highlight that green. That's the color I like to use. Let's say we trade through that order, that fair value gap. The next price level will be this order block right here. The opening price of that candle, this down close candle, that is a order block. We already used it. Let me show you how we used it. We already traded down into it. So once this candle closed, this candle formed, it opened up, traded higher. Once this candle right here pierced the opening price, that activated the order block. So this candle right here, the order block, it traded down, closed, boom, right there. This candle opened, it traded higher, and it activated the order block. So this is like more advanced level price action. You're only gonna get this from somebody who's gonna tell you and mentor you about it. So we traded up, activated it. This candle closes. Okay, now we know order block is activated. You can go ahead and set a limit order right there at the opening price. And then what does the following candle do? After this candle closes, this candle right here opens, trades directly down into it, triggers your limit order, and then boom, takes off. Very explosive. Just like that. Y'all think that's random or is that coded? Who else is going to show y'all that? I'm not making this up neither. I do it all the time on lower time frames. Opening price, trade down into it, trigger the limit order, boom, expansion higher. We close. This candle right here, we open, we trade higher, we take out the previous day's high because there's liquidity right there at that high. We go up there, take out that high on lower time frames. They use that as a take profit level. And then they short the market back down inside of a range. And that's what y'all see right now. Going back down inside of the range. And now we're just ranging inside of this wick right here. So it's 1 day at a time, 1 week at a time, 1 month at a time. But if you need more faster, if you want more frequency, you got to go down intraday. You got to go down to lower time frames. So let's go down to a 15-minute time frame. Now we're no longer looking at a higher time frame perspective. Let me see right quick. 12 o'clock midnight Thursday. Right here. So you can see us break down. We take out this low right here. And now it's semi in a market maker sell model. But you got to, on the higher time frame, you got to stick with the trend. The higher time frame order flow is bullish, expanding higher. So you kind of want to stick to the trend on the higher time frame. Appreciate it, Just for Last. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. So we're just watching ZBEC for now. I'm watching it. I'm monitoring it. I have nothing against ZBEC. Nothing. I don't care if you're for it or against it. I don't care. It's just something people are interested in. People didn't ask me about it, so we're talking about it. But right now, we're sticking with the trend. Still bullish. Nothing has changed so far. Still bullish on ZBEC. I switched my narrative. I got it wrong initially. Last week, we took out this trend line right here, this liquidity pool, and I wanted to see it roll over, come back in the range. It didn't do that. So what do we do as analysts? We readjust and we get in sync. That's key level. That's a key term. We get in sync with price action. So all we can do as retail is ride the institution's coattail, because this is the only institution moving this. This is only institutional capital moving this around. There's no other reason for this to be moving the way it is. Only smart money can come in here and push it. So clean market structure. It looks good. I'm bullish right now on ZBEC until further notice. It's still bullish. So that's ZBEC. If you're trying to accumulate the digital asset of this, it's too late. You need to wait for some type of discounted opportunity, some type of retracement. So to chase this, no. To trade it, yes. Chasing this long term, no, not at this point. Trading it short term, like intraday, in and out, scalping, yes. If they even got a market for that. I'm not even sure if there's any derivative for this. In the meantime, I would just be waiting for it to come down, retrace again. So that's that on ZBEC. Hopefully that was insightful. Bitcoin just ranging after taking out all-time high. It recently just made a $112,000 price range or high. And now it's trading at 103. Well, this is a perfect example of, well, I'm still bullish. So here we need one more. This is a 3-month time frame. In 1 month, which would be the end of June, we will close this candle. And I'm still bullish on Bitcoin. Nothing has changed. I feel like in the next quarter or two, Bitcoin is going to continue to go higher. It's going to look kind of like gold on the charts. So nothing has changed for Bitcoin at this moment. You got to be careful though, because they might want to refer down to this opening price of this candle right here. So let's see how we close. I'm already telling y'all that the second quarter is not, I'm done with the second quarter. Oh, there we go. There we go with that retracement right there. And I'm gonna highlight this fair value gap on the weekly time frame right here. So it looks like we want to come down to this weekly BISI. Looks like we want to come down to that weekly BISI. I highlighted this before, and there it is right there. So it's not random that we go up, take out previous all-time high, and they offload their long positions from buying it back in early April of this year. It dropped down to discount. Traders, I'm talking about people who trade the futures BTC. They accumulate. And when I'm talking about people, I'm talking about institutions. They're the ones pushing it. They accumulate at a discount, trading the futures, and they offload their long positions at the previous all-time high. So they're out the market. Now they're in there shorting it back and down inside of this range. So I can show you many opportunities of shorts going on right now down to this level right here. Not random, it's algorithmic. Daily time frame, definitely setting up. I will only be shorting Bitcoin right now. I'll only be looking for shorts. I already show y'all where it could come down to, this potential level right there. Let's go down to an intraday. Let's go down to the 15 minute. On the 15 minute time frame, we recently traded up into this ZBEC right here. Which stands for sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency. We trade up into that. It's not random. You see that, right? We trade up into that ZBEC on a 15 minute. And now price used that as resistance. And now it wants to roll over. So let's say y'all was trading right now, or I send that signal out. This is what I'll be doing. I'll come to my alerts. See that right there? BTC. This is an alert. I'll set it. And it will go directly to, let me see right quick. I got to pull this up right quick. Bring this back over here. And if y'all just joining, man, make sure y'all smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate y'all joining. But yeah, this is what it would look like. So I would come in here. I'll send a message. Right there, something like that. You see that right there? I'll send a message for y'all that want to sign up for the signal service and y'all want to trade Bitcoin futures. I'll set that alert right there. And once I create the alert, see, it says new signal. It'll tell you Bitcoin market. It'll tell you short, direction, time frame, 15 minute. It'll give you the entry price, stop loss, etc. I will create it. And then that signal right there will go directly to the Discord. I'll set it. It'll trigger it. What's up, Coleman? Shout out to you. It'll set the alert. It will trigger it. I might have to manually trigger it. Right there. But it would, when I would set that alert, it would have been up here. It would have been in this fair value gap. I would set that alert. Y'all check the Discord. Y'all go in there. See, there go the alert. It triggered the alert just right here in the bottom left. It triggers the alert. Y'all might not can see it. Yeah, right over in the bottom left, it triggers the alert. The alert goes directly to the Discord. And y'all could be in there setting y'all orders in. And guess what? You get that alert. We're going to hold down here to this fair value gap right here. That's going to be one of those that you're going to hold for a few days maybe. So we're going to hold to see if it comes down to this fair value gap on the 15-minute time frame or the weekly. And boom, take profit. You can see clearly where it wants to go. Is it clear to y'all where price wants to go? Or is it random? Or is this just some made up bullshit? Isn't it clear on the weekly time frame where it wants to go? And what we did was we dropped down to a lower time frame and set a limit order. And we're trying to see it come down to this level right here, shorting the market. It's clear to me. But and then there's another opportunity right here, another little 15-minute fair value gap. Right there, in case it wants to trade back up into that. But the original limit order would have been in here. And we're gonna hold that down to that weekly fair value gap. So that will be the signal if I was to get that out. And then we got liquidity pools all the way over here to the left that we can use as targets. So I can give y'all multiple take profit. So you can take profit if you don't want to hold that long. You could take profit along the way. We got multiple levels at these old lows that they leave behind in price that you can go take profit at. It's clear as day that this is a clear market maker sell model. And over here on the left, this is a market maker buy model. So again, this shit repeats over and over again. I ain't got nothing to prove. Y'all just sign up to the Patreon if y'all are interested in getting these signals. Other than that, man, I think that's going to be it for today. That's going to be it for today. XRP still bleeding. XRP still bleeding. Potentially dropping. It might potentially want to drop back down into this fair value gap. Nothing to panic about. Still bullish. You just got to endure price manipulation. Y'all got to endure that. Y'all got to endure that. That's part of the game. It's part of the game. In the meantime, I hope y'all enjoy the rest of y'all weekend. Appreciate y'all joining. Click that like button, subscribe to the channel, share the links to the video, sign up to the Patreon. Hopefully y'all have a blessed weekend and y'all relax, touch grass, and enjoy y'all summer, man. We'll be back on the next one. I'll probably go live. I got some shit to do tomorrow, but I'll probably be live Sunday. I'll probably come back Sunday and check in on y'all. In the meantime, peace out.